Let's see if we can check this out and see what we can do with it. And we will eventually be done with, you know, getting technical crap like this out of the way. Eventually. It's gonna take a while though. I didn't do jack shit. Well, I'm sorry, the former CC. I'm gonna be messing with this for quite a while. Alright, so that is real. That is actually a 0, a very small vector that's going through here. So why is that? Must have something else going on with my calculations. Well, definitely learning new stuff about how to get this motion stuff going on, and that's kind of why we're starting getting actual useful data in here. We might need to modify some of this information that we've been collecting to actually be useful, or there may be some other things here where it'll be like, well, some types of water aren't going to work. So, you know, we don't have to support every case here. Kind of be like, well, don't put something in a level that looks like that. And we'll be like, alright, I just won't do that. Not a problem. So we'll tick all this particle simulation, generate the flow field, and then cry horribly. fuck is all that? Oh yeah, those are colors that we have. So we need to leave that alone. So writing the particles. Particles are doing what they're supposed to. Maybe the tiered average stuff needs to be changed for some of this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around, I think, with how we're filling in all the pixels. For the direction. The direction needs to... I think we're having some problems with it. Because we seem to be making around the corner just fine. It's this other area over here which... turning into a zero vector when it shouldn't be a zero vector. It should be like straight in the direction of where we're trying to go. So I don't think it's the water material that's screwed up. I think it's this flow field, which is wrong. This needs to be much more red through here. It's more blue over on that side, which is as it should be. It's the blending that's taking more of a local weight than I want. Like this will move something over, and this will move it along. Let's take a look at the material again real quick. So this is the X stuff. The X stuff has this. We just put it to 1. Maybe the exponent stuff just needs to not exist. Alright. Hey, took out all my other. Oh, there. Right. So let's see. The texture stuff is going to be the R channel. I can probably multiply some of this stuff out here. So it should be the red channel. So if we multiply by the red channel, let's just see what that looks like. So that's us blurring out the distance from shore stuff. I might actually be able to just like throw an exponent on that. See what that looks like in the game. Looks like that, which is not good. So let's see, instead of 16, let's just do 2. Okay, that doesn't work at all. Just 1. Well, I wonder if we could add more textures. If it would add anything, or if that's pretty much the limit of what you can do with something like that. I guess we need a little bit more blurring and that would do it. Well, which variable controls that? The rough and fine? It's probably the fine blur pass. So we will see. Is there just something wrong with the X in the material that I've got? You're getting a little more, yeah. No, it's just figuring it out. So why is the vector length 0 in these cases? because it's 0. Or it's negative. No, it's not negative though, is it? Well, sorry I'm not talking too much. I'm trying to see if there's any ideas that kind of float in there as to what to do about this. Because where these things meet, there's just not much going on. So I need to have some sort of noise that's here anyway? Is that what I need? I mean, when it goes faster, it's real obvious what the hell is going on, but we can slow it down. We can at least do something with it. Well, let's see. I'm gonna parameterize the water speed, I think. Do I already have it? I have watercolor. But not have speed. Alright, so let's do water speed. How fast the water appears to flow. So let's see, we'll do from what, 0 to 100, default of 10, and then we'll just pass it in. So let's see, this is going to be water speed 2. We'll just do that. Let's see what happened if we took this rock out of the way. Yeah, it's true. There are not enough ducks. Ah, gotta click all the buttons in the right order, otherwise it doesn't work. I'm confused. Am I not sampling the right texture? Looks like it's not sampling the right texture. So distance texture is not getting set? Is that what's going on? Well, supposedly distance texture is getting set to distance texture. Are we not setting our flow field texture properly? Yeah, it looks like we're not actually using the right one here. We should be using... should be using this. God, music just gets really old really fast. If only copyright laws weren't so stupid. Hello, Bradley DM. Yeah, we got our flow. Our dude falls off the edge. I'm just trying to figure out how to show the motion of the water based on the directions that I've got in the material. And I'm not really super graphics guy. Well, I would at least like to post my stuff to YouTube without getting it all messed with. Yeah, basically, Bradley DM, I've got these flow field textures. I mean, it seems like it's working. Yes, we have the speeds and everything. And all that. Basically, this texture has got the direction and the RGB component, and it's got the magnitude of that direction in the alpha channel. And what we've done is we've broken out kind of two separate noise lookups based on water speed, and I'm trying to think of if there's any other like what else is it missing that I can actually add in here, because it's broken down by component. I don't know, maybe there's really not much I can do. And I should just add like some sort of choppiness thing on there. Yeah, that would be one thing, is to basically we can use all these directions and everything like that to kind of figure out a normal map on it. When I'm looking at it, I'm trying to think about what else I can throw in, because this is all dynamic. You know, like it's not dynamically generated, it's statically generated, but it's discovered statically. So, you know, you can like arrange a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't taint the flow map at all. It's calculated from the scene. So if I go in here and I like throw in another waterfall, I should be able to just calculate this whole thing out. And it'll do its little dance here. Takes a little bit, especially if there's two waterfalls or whatever, just more particles to simulate bouncing around. Well, what is the path index? Oh, good job there, Visual Studio, locking up on me. It's real nice of you. Issues with Visual Studio running slow on you? Well, plugins usually are the things that screw that sort of stuff up. Otherwise, Visual Studio does do a lot of stuff with file locking on your operating system drive, so if you're not running a solid state off of that, it can do some annoying things. Or if you're... It'll do stuff with like your working directories and all that too as well. So if those are slow, or if you got some antivirus that hooks in there, it's going to slow it down. I don't know. So the node index is... You probably have the wrong path here. You kind of gave up and decided to live with it. Reinstall Windows. Alright, so what's probably going on here is this path index is being set, and we're like doing like try spawn particle, and we're putting in the path index. How is this done? Did we mess this up somehow? Damn. Index array 382 for an array of size 382. Alright. Is less than impeds dot particle dot path index dot num. Alright, well I'll just mess around with that a little bit. Recovering data. Your solid state drives failed. Oh, yeah. Well, one of my hard drives died. All I had to do was plug in another one, and it worked. So, fun times. Alright, well Adam's telling me I could mess around with using a different noise texture and it might work a little bit better, which is true. That might be something that I could do. Alright, so water. Brunei noise. It might be a better noise texture, make it look a little bit more realistic. The big thing that's all screwed up is looks like our flow field is all sorts of jacked up for this. So what I'm going to have to do, well, it's that those vectors are literally 0. There's like, why would it be 0? I need to like walk through my stuff again with the flow field tick and make sure that I'm actually setting it, because something is zeroing those out when it shouldn't be. So let's take a look at that. Did our material get saved? Damn it. No, it did not. What else did we have here? Yeah, we had fixed a few problems, but we lost it when it crashed. And are we setting our water speed here anywhere? hell is all that? I've probably got some interesting things going on with textures that aren't quite proper. Alright, so water speed should be set inside of this. Water speed 2 is set. Alright, well let's turn our blur off. Let's see, that is going to be those two blurs. Let's check out all these files. So this is our blur and how it's working. Or this is without blurring. And without any particles either. So it's when it's blurring these things that it gets kind of screwy. Yeah, I can see how that would happen. So let's try messing with it just a little bit. It's like the shore stuff needs to be added in afterwards. So, let's see. If I take all this stuff out with the particles and then I calculate everything, the problem is I'm getting these lines here where I'm averaging together the vectors and getting get nothing. Is our material taking into account the... Yeah, that part got screwed up too. Great. Alright, so yeah, multiply this by the red channel. Alright, so what I think I need to do is I need to go through, and when I apply the shore stuff, I should apply it probably after I do all the rest of the blurs, and I should just average it in with a weight or something. That way, instead of these things like pushing out, they will kind of push to the side and all that. I guess we'll copy it, modify the copy, and then average it with what exists. Actually, I'll be right back. So I need to get the edge stuff. Oh, what is it? Well, we basically want to write everything in the final pass. The edge stuff needs to kind of average itself in, to where to push stuff away from the edge, but to, you know, push stuff away without screwing everything up. So we'll have the new pics and old pics. So what we'll do is we'll have a float edge weight